We now return to Let's Play Cities Skylines. Okay, let's try and finish this thing as quickly as we can here. So I want to put down a farm maintenance building. Let's put the farm maintenance building down here. Okay. Put some workers' barracks down here. We'll create a nice little fenced-in area. Let's see. And kind of right there, how about? There. Something like that. Okay. Then we're going to come in here with filling in some of this other stuff. I mean, would that go well there, or would this be better? Not going to work there, so let's put it right here. And I guess that sort of works. And then what? And then maybe a barn? Maybe. Maybe I should wait. Getting a little ahead of ourselves, perhaps. That's okay. Okay, now let's start putting down some croppage. And really get into what this farming is all about. So we are going to have a little bit of a conflict here on the axes we use. Looking at it, maybe this is my best option here. Pull that apart in here. Get a little bit of this. How about we do that instead? Can I make you? And yes and no. Yes and no. You really can't make this game do anything. You only ask and plead and finesse. I really wish there was a little bit more variety so that each one of these didn't have this stupid barn here. Is there maybe a way that I could get a large field here? I guess what could happen, you know, I could do some stuff like that. It's maybe just a little bit of a gap. I think what we're about to see here is continuing problems. And just for the sake of completeness, so like I can get, you know, side fields in here. They're going to look absolutely awful. And then maybe, I don't know, that's too big. And that would come in like that. Okay. Okay. It's hideous. But, maybe we can make it work or something. I don't know. Maybe try and squeeze these together. What do we have here? If we don't do corn, instead maybe do wheat. See, this is one of those situations where I guess you're supposed to surround big ones with tons of little ones. So if I get rid of that one, let's just say for an exercise here, how much would it take like that? That fits far better than I expected, and then it has any actual right to do so. So let's put wheat. Awesome. Then I don't know, potatoes? What is this? This is more corn. I guess I could do. I don't necessarily know that we constantly need, you know, things like cotton. And having this be sort of a feed farm does sort of make a little bit more sense to me. Alright. So what do we have here? Oranges, oranges, apples, apples. Let's make this a pear. We don't have a whole lot of those. Right. And I think that's that little farm. Now this is probably not going to be a very big farm. One thing, we have to actually make flour in order for it to completely go, and it's not making any profit whatsoever. So in order to make flour, we would actually have to put down a flour mill, which is a little weird to me. I'm still not sold on the idea of 3 separate farms, just because I think that any bonuses we would get, it would be better to just have this completely full, you know, just make this actually one big area instead of separate farms trying to do their own thing, running deficits when they could be glomming on to the efficiency. Although, yeah, I don't know, but I feel like this has to contribute to some of it, right? I guess I'll let it run, and if it doesn't work, I'll just kind of do what I did here. Like, I'll put a specialized district or a zone inside of a district to keep the naming convention here. Okay, so while that is taking off, and wow, did you see that? We were at 20,000 just for a brief second. While we're doing that, and it's on its way, running, doing its thing, let me put in some stuff to take care of the demands, and I don't know what just exploded there. Something did. Yeah, I mean, I guess we could just be boring. This should immediately sink any demand, but will hopefully start taking care of the problems that we were facing. And we'll see how that develops. May as well finish. Well, okay, I was going to say I should finish it off, but then I'm just going to have unused industry. And I'm still kind of curious to see what it's going to do to the landscaping, because this is pretty severe out here. So maybe some of this stuff we can just chop out and drop. But while it's doing that, anyway, what I wanted to actually do was come back in here and fix this loop. So we've got this main road here, right? I want to have this road connect here, come up, probably actually by here, because that I think is where, yeah. So we'll do like a figure 8 loop. it'll come here, loop back into there. And then that'll connect into the entranceway to the zoo. And then I can do some touristy hotels and businesses out here. They're gonna all come out this way anyhow. We can turn this into a small little commercial center, and then I don't know, maybe on this side, we're facing another damned hill, but maybe I could make this terraced, so just one side road, so that the road is out, and then put the zoning on the inside so it goes flat. Just make a little bit of a workers' terrace out here, because it would, I mean, it's right up front, overlooking the industrial park. I can't imagine you would have a lot of high wealth. Although for high wealth, you know, I'm trying to do that for the entire city. I'm gonna have to start putting more parks. Oh yeah, I want to put more parks. We'll come back to this next time. There's a big deficit in my education all around, and you know, park placement and all that. I kind of want to finish up Riverside here and fill things in, put things where I can, and I want to start doing some college stuff. Now there's 4 different types of university here. Got trade schools, liberal arts college, just the actual university campus, some sports arenas, and then some museums, which I can start plunking down. So I want to focus on education, but we'll do that next time. For right now, though, let me come in here, and I'm going to do a thing with, where am I? This one. Probably, I guess, here. This kind of is facing off into that area. And so we're going to have to think about where I want the entranceway. I don't want it to be drastic. But I also don't want to just, you know, I don't think we're going to need this much for a zoo, but maybe we will. I mean, look at this park, you know, tons of people are willing to walk this much just to get to a fancy campground up here with a nice view, I guess. Maybe we could make a fairly large zoo that people will take an hour to walk through or something. Again, my only real... Oh, you know what I'm going to do? My only personal experience with an actual zoo was, God, probably when I was 10. We went to the Calgary Zoo, which is also the only other time I've been out of the country and into Canada. But I'm going to look at the Calgary Zoo and see if maybe I can use that for a layout. The only thing I even remotely remember about that zoo was the birdhouse, which was pretty cool. But I was really big into dinosaurs at the time, at that age. And they had like a dinosaur park, which was pretty cool. Alright. Now that's a... But, so maybe I can bring that curve down here instead. You know what, let's just do it. So this is really going to be more of a commercial zone. How far can I go to make this? Now we gotta kill this. Make this look a little bit better. Alright. Yeah, I mean, this is still unnatural looking, but that's okay. So let me come in here. How's this road actually? It actually does loop. Fantastic. I'll have to figure out a name for it. But yeah, then we'll kind of branch an entranceway here into the flat zone there, and then we'll have a little inner area that's obviously, I don't think I'll go for a grid on this. I think it'll be better to have a little bit more of an organic layout. at least for some of it. You know, obviously going with the contour of the roadway and all that kind of help. But this will help me develop this area. Since we actually have a train spot here, we can use that to bring people out, and I think that'll be really helpful. You know, I can zone the whole thing for tourism and leisure. Let's see here, bright side. How do we specialize that? So they're two separate things, one for tourism, one for leisure. What is this? We said this was a tourist spot. So what's the difference here? Leisure activities, more vibrant nightlife, many options, causes noise pollution, commercial zones are active. Okay, so maybe instead of tourism, that should be a leisure area. I was just thinking, like, with all the casinos and what were going to be hotels and whatnot. I mean, we are seeing there's hotel intercontinentals, so I don't know if leisure will help develop these into hotels or not. Again, this is only based upon Atlantic City in the real world, so I don't know if that's actually where we want to go with that or not. But if we're looking for casinos and whatnot, I would only imagine that we're looking at leisure, not tourism. It's just the company. We've got nightclubs, okay. Accounting firm. Well, I don't know. But yeah, so we'll work on the amenities a little bit more, the needs of the people. I'll give it a little bit more credence to. That's not the right one. Some more of that down, and I've filled in residential along the back here, so that's about where we're going with that. Why don't we fix this road here that I've been meaning to get back to, and I feel like this is going to be a little bit of a heartache trying to get this to work. It's not really so bad. It's mostly for aesthetics that I would be doing anything out here. Traffic is not terrible this way at all, so maybe I'm jumping the gun there a little bit. I don't know why I left this open so much. It's not really hurting anything to do that. But I'd like to... My thought was extend this out here so that we could avoid the stop. And maybe do something... I just don't like having this, you know, stoplight, stoplight. But like I said, it's not affecting traffic too much. So maybe I'll leave it. Alright, well, with that in mind, what are we doing here? It's still going up. We don't have enough workers to get to the final level. We would possibly be able to do that if I put down some flower producers. I could put them on the other side. Could put them on the other side. I don't think I need to do that. Let's go up to here now and try and do the same thing here. Now, I've leveled this one off just a little bit, so hopefully we won't have the same problem here. Let's come in. It's dramatic. Could be worse. Well, let's do maybe something like... Again with this song? Hold on. So I've got this playlist, and there's a fair amount of songs in it, and I've got it on shuffle. But YouTube and shuffle just... they don't seem to actually work. And I would not be surprised one bit if YouTube's algorithm utilized preferences for, you know, giving you shuffling to songs that are more popular, is what I'm trying to say, because I can't think while I'm doing stuff. You know, so like it's supposed to shuffle, but it's like, oh, this is actually a very popular song, so we'll give more preference to this, push it, instead of doing a full actual shuffle and making it random. So I don't know if you know this, but YouTube does some pretty shady stuff with its algorithm. What it shows people. Okay, let's give this, is this its own? It's not its own. It now needs its own thing here to be Bradley Farm. Again, I think it may actually just be better. We are making profit on this, but I think it might just be better to say screw this, and we could just make this all one farm. I really don't know what the difference is. You know, if they're all the same, like, does size matter for these? Does this have an impact upon things? Like, if I extended that over, would it say, well, now you need a certain amount of workers, or would it increase the amount of workers that it could take? Or is this purely, this should be purely based upon 458 overeducated workers coming out here to take jobs because we don't have anything good for them. Yeah. Well, the thing is, though, if I did that, if I connected the farms, I don't think I could have more than one of these farm buildings here. And, you know, that's not such a terrible thing. Oh, God, speaking of terrible. No. No, 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 no. You and your water needs. No, that's not the right one. Yeah, I mean, you know. Well, I'll do some flattening and because holy crap, dude, come on. Serves the purpose a little bit better, but it's still yeah. All right. Well, what can we do here? Not that. Slope is too steep. Slope is too steep. Slope is too steep. So it's not going to work. We could do some of these, or do the same thing that I did here with some roads. This way. Well, I could do one that comes out and then kind of slinks back in. Alright. Put down a big farm field. another one. Come in here. And you got nothing. You got nothing you're pointing me to. Okay. At least that's something I can use. Something I can use. I hate it, but no choice. Okay. It's kind of funny, this whole watering of the farms and fields like this with the pipeline and all this. For whatever reason, recently my SimCity 3000 how to make farms video, which I made years ago, has been gaining some popularity and a lot of views. And specifically to that one, to that video, in order to make farms in SimCity 3000, you specifically do not water them or electrify them. You try to avoid as much of that as possible. What? Yeah. Well, okay, so maybe not totally that. But I kind of like the idea of that. And this could go somewhere, some way, somehow. I don't know. This seems like a bad idea in itself. Mostly because it's not going to reach anything. Nothing can go there. Can you play along? And these are too short to be effective in any way whatsoever. So yeah, we won't be doing that. Oh, you and your damned water needs. No, we need to keep it like this. But this really just isn't friendly. Farming is not friendly when you're not on a straight grid. Give this like a greenhouse look, and we'll make this wheat, and I can see how that's a problem. We won't do that. Make this potatoes or something. Alternatively, we will turn that into one of the big orchards. And I really gain more benefit, I think, by not having a whole lot of gaps between orchards either. So how do I want to do this one? I guess I just put things down and determine, based upon that, what fits and what doesn't. But I mean, if we're gonna go that route, then we're gonna end up with a lot of fields that just don't have anywhere to go. Doesn't work. Maybe something like that to that? I don't necessarily think I want livestock on this one. If I... Alright, I'm about to do something very silly here. And for no other reason than just aesthetically. And I guess I'll probably put barns and, you know, some silos and whatnot. I mean, what else would I put here? Just in some of these dead spaces. Not a lot. But could I have gotten 2 in there? Probably, huh? Take this to its maximum edge, and then put another one in, and then put maybe a small one in, but we'll give it a gap. So I can get some trees in there. And then maybe something small. How would this have fit in there? It might have barely just fit, actually. It would. Okay, so at least we're giving it something to look at. This... I don't know. Like, if I went like that, we'd be looking at a couple more very bizarre looking sides on this. Instead of that, I get more small, or just another one of these on this side. It all looks bad. It just all looks bad. Whatever, that'll be enough. I'll figure out what to swap these to and, you know, completely change the look, fill in some dead spaces as I usually do. But we've got another farm going anyhow. And it has no output. So without the farm part of it producing animals for crops, I wonder if we are even going to get as high as this one. This is 4-star. It is working its way to 5. Interesting. How did we get to this many workers here? Well, we would not be able to reach the maximum. This is our maximum, 774. So I would need to put down at least one more building of some type to get to the 500, which it will require to be a 5-star. And with that short of a margin, I'm not really sure. I mean, this is still pretty far down too. And it's only got half the workers. Which makes me wonder about that. I guess we're not fulfilling some of the educated or uneducated. Okay, you want to explain why that happens? They must prefer going to these ones first, right? It's the only thing that makes sense there. Oh, no, okay, I moved it. Yeah, waste transfer. So you got 9 out of 20 being used right now. You want to tell me why this garbage wasn't being picked up? Alright, well, where are we at? This has not dramatically increased traffic. This has significantly, which largely probably because not everyone is using the train. The train is doing well, I think. It's not making me a heck of a lot of money, though, if we're honest. Let's look at public transport here. Yeah, we're losing significant amounts of money, because whilst people are using it, they're not using it enough to make me profit, which is troublesome. It's just as troublesome as whatever the hell is going on here. Jeez. So people are still using the outside to walk along the road, despite the fact that I've given them this to come down here. I don't know. But anyway, so yeah, maybe I'll take the severe turn out of that. I'll fix this so it doesn't look so janky. But we're gonna have to think about this one because we are just shy of the requirement. But you know, putting down just even another workers' barracks is the 40 workers that may be enough to put that over the top. It's like another one there or something, or even barns. No, barns only take trucks. Okay, no, they do. 24. Just a barn alone would be 24 people. So I'm pretty confident. What's a silo take? 40 people? Oh yeah, I can put in a couple silos. We'll hit that mark. This will be a 5-star. Earning now more, in fact, than this one, with all of its diversifications and whatnot. That's fun. How do you not have enough? I really hate the fact that these can just be full, but they sell them instead of use them internally to fill this. Like that's oh my god. I'll maybe look for a mod and see if there's something that redoes how industry works, because that is unacceptable. There's absolutely no reason it should not just be dumping from a storage unit into an industry. It just seems so stupid. So stupid. What are we doing here? Nothing that I can really tell. Anyway, good. It's good that we're finally reaching profitability in the city, I guess. I mean, what has been, like 20 episodes, and finally the city is earning something? But this is still bothering me, the fact that we... Maybe, okay, so here's the thing. Land value is pretty poor in some of these areas because I have no access to parks. Some of these are just not producing enough material. You would think this would be the biggest, like this is a gigantic park. You'd think that it would produce enough to make some land values go up. These places that are constantly suffering from noise pollution because they're by very busy areas, I'm thinking maybe I can just tear them out. I'll just tear them out and maybe put a park in some of these areas. It's kind of my own fault for putting, residential stuff up in here anyhow. They shouldn't be there, and this high school is really kind of out of place right now. But so maybe I'll just do that. Maybe I'll add some parkage up here that people can enjoy for themselves. I need to move that, so maybe I can do that there. This definitely, yeah. These guys smack dab right in the middle of very busy, noisy things. It's not good. I'm just hurt myself by doing that. So maybe we'll have to do some rethinking here. But boy oh boy, you guys, there would be a way to fix this. Holy piss, you guys, what are you doing? I could fix this by doing some timed lights. I wonder, however, if the timed lights could also work towards the turns. Because right now we can see how this is chunking along here. We've got these guys turning, blocking this. Even though they're passing through, the game is still making traffic slow down. So if I have timed turn lights, I'll have to experiment with this mod. But I can work on some of that.
Geologists predict that a sinkhole could strike at any minute. Residents should take precautionary measures.
Well, we'll see where that one strikes us next time.